So do you also want to add your Webhook leads to your Pipedrive CRM? Then give me 10 minutes and I'll show you how to do this. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to automatically add Webhook leads to Pipedrive. So I'm running a business and I capture the lead details from an application which is not integrated with Pabbly Connect. So to capture the lead details from that application, I am using Webhook by Pabbly. And now what I want is that as soon as we receive a new lead detail from Webhook by Pabbly automatically, I want to add the lead details into my Pipedrive CRM. So to do this, I'm just going to simply create a connection between Webhook by Pabbly and Pipedrive. And we are going to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language using an amazing automation software which is Pabbly Connect. So if you also want to create this connection, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen. Welcome to my screen everyone. So as you know, in this video we are going to see how we can automatically add Webhook leads to Pipedrive. So I've already created this automation, and first I'm just going to show you the proper working of this. So as you can see that this is the form, so I'm just going to simply submit this form right over here. And once I'm just going to submit this form, I'm just going to open my Pipedrive account. And as you can see, automatically a new person has been created right over here. Within seconds and in real time, this person has been created. You're going to see that this is the same name which we entered during the test submission and also the same email address. So this is no magic. This is the power of automation which we're going to create in today's video. And if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to stick to this video till the end. So to do this, I'm just going to open a new tab and I'm just going to look for the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. And now I'm just going to simply open the landing page of Pabbly Connect, and over here this is the easy to use automation tool using which we're going to create a connection between Pipedrive and Webhook. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to move in further and create this automation. But before we create this automation, I'll just show you something really helpful. So this is the Pabbly community where automation users, business owners and marketers connect. Pabbly community is a space where users share their ideas, workflow tips, doubts and solutions. So if you are stuck at any step, the community is a great resource for guidance. And if you also want to join this amazing community, the link is given in the description box below. Make sure to check it out. Alright, I'm just going to move in further and create this automation. For that, I'm just going to go back towards the landing page of Pabbly Connect. And after coming over here, we are just going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can simply click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here, I am an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in. And once I'm just going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. And over here, you're going to see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And now it is opening the dashboard of my Pabbly Connect account. And to get started, we have a button right over here which says create workflow. So I'm just going to simply click on this button. And now it is asking me to select the workflow builder. So we have two options, the new one and the classic one. So the new workflow builder is faster, flexible and ideal for those who want a modern interface. While the classic one, on the other hand, has a stable and familiar approach and ideal for those who want a tried and tested setup. So you can use any one from this. I'm just going to use this classic one today. So I'm just going to go towards this select of the classic one. Now it is asking me for the workflow name. So I'm simply going to enter the workflow name right over here as automatically add Webhook leads to Pipedrive. And now for the folder, I'm just going to simply select my folder right over here which is automations. So as you can see on my dashboard, I have already created multiple folders in which I save my workflows. So if you also want to create a new folder, you can simply go towards this create new folder button and create your own. I have already created many, so I'm just going to save my workflow in one of these only and click on this button which says create. And once I'm just going to click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by a trigger, or you can say the trigger starts the process while the actions are results towards the same. Alright, so I'm just going to move on further and select my today's trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm just going to simply select it as Webhook by Pabbly. So I'm just going to search for Webhook by Pabbly and select it. Now after selecting the trigger application, I'm just going to simply select my trigger event as catch webhook, which is preferred. And now it has given me a webhook URL using which we're going to create a connection between Pabbly Connect and any another application which is not connected or integrated with Pabbly Connect. So what you can do is you can simply copy this webhook URL and add this webhook URL in an application which is not connected with Pabbly Connect. So over here, I'm just going to simply copy this webhook URL and open the application. So as you can see that I have opened Pabbly Form Builder. So I'm using Pabbly Form Builder as an example today. Pabbly Form Builder has a connection, or you can say integration with Pabbly Connect already. But I'm just going to use it an example today, and I'm just going to connect this with Pabbly Connect using Webhook by Pabbly. You can connect any another application too. Alright, I'm just going to move in further and I'm just going to add the webhook URL in this application, which is Pabbly Form Builder. So I'm just going to go towards this left hand of the side towards this integrations and open it in a new tab. And now I'm just going to add my webhook URL. For that, I'm just going to go towards this create webhook, paste my webhook URL right over here and click on this save. And as you can see that I've successfully added my webhook URL. And with this, we have successfully created a connection between the application and Pabbly Connect. So this is really easy. You simply have to copy the webhook URL and add that webhook URL in the application you want to connect. So we have to capture this webhook response simply by doing the test submission. And how are we going to do that test submission? For that, I'm just going to simply submit this form once again. So I'm just going to refresh this page and I'm just going to do another test submission, but this time with the new details. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to simply enter the client name right over here as new user. Now for the client email, I'm just going to simply enter it as new@pabblytudes.com. Now I'm just going to move in further. For the company name, I'm just going to select it as PabblyCon. Over here it is asking me for the content type. So I'm just going to simply select it as article right over here. For the target audience, I'm just going to simply enter fitness trainers. Now for the keywords, I'm just going to simply enter the details, all the details right over here. And as you can see, they've successfully filled in this form. And now I'm just going to click on this submit to submit this form. And as you can see, your message submitted successfully. So with this, we have successfully completed the test submission. And now I'm just going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response of this test submission or not. Alright, so I'm just going to wait for a few seconds till Pabbly is going to capture the response of the same right over here. And as you can see that we have received the response right over here, going to see all the details which we entered during our test submission. And now I'm just going to create a person in my Pipedrive account with the same details. And now for my action application, I'm just going to simply select it as Pipedrive. So I'm just going to search for Pipedrive and select it. And now for the action event, I'm just going to simply select it as create a person and click on this connect. Now in order to create a connection between Pipedrive and Pabbly Connect, I'm just going to go towards this add a new connection, and then over here it is asking me for the API token. And how are we going to get this API token? For that, I'm just going to open my Pipedrive account. And now after opening this, I'm just going to go towards this profile picture, then personal preferences. And then we have to go towards this API. And once we come over here towards this API, you're going to see that this is my API token. So I'm simply going to copy it and then I'm just going to paste it right over here in my workflow and click on this button which says save. And once I'm just going to click on this save, yes, you can see that with this, we have successfully created a connection between Pipedrive and Pabbly Connect. And now over here it is asking me for the name. So I'm just going to simply enter the name of my lead right over here, but we are not going to enter the name manually by typing it like this, but instead I'm just going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And when we insert the data from the previous step, automatically our data becomes dynamic and change with every new response received. So I'm just going to simply map my name right over here. So I'm just going to look for name and map the lead's name. Now I'm just going to only fill in the details which are required, like this label. I'm just going to select it as hot lead. For the email address, I'm just going to simply map the email address of my lead and move on further. It is asking me for many other details, but all of these details are not the required details. If you wish, you can definitely fill it out. Now I'm just going to move on further and click on this button which says save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, we have received the positive response that we have successfully added these details in our Pipedrive account. Alright, so I'm just going to open my Pipedrive account. Right from here, I'm just going to go towards this contact section, and as you can see that we have successfully added a new person named new user, and you can also see the email address, which is new@pabblytudes.com. And with this, we have successfully completed our workflow. And now whenever someone is going to submit this form, which is content creation request form, automatically their details are going to be added right over here in my Pipedrive CRM. Then my team can review their details and contact them accordingly. So yes, now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. And if you want the workflow link of this workflow, we have attached it in the description box below. Do check it out. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching. So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.